Maxwell.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like we've done this before. Like we tried this once and it didn't quite work out today.
Are
We're
you
gonna
sure?
try this
No,
again.
this is the first time.
No,
dude.
yeah. I mean, it is the first time. It's the first time we've had to do this shit over again on fucking Nothing Sacred because we need to spread them goddamn cheeks.
Because it's the end of the goddamn week.
In the fucking Nothing Sacred Friday edition.
Hates attrition.
Bitches, oh shit, man, I've been working on. See, we're at a dichotomy today, dude. See, basically.
Who are you, man? Nobody knows who you are yet.
If they don't, I just said I'm cruise control, fuckface.
Oh, did you? I didn't hear that. Sorry,
That was
I'm
at the
Maxwell
beginning.
Silver.
Yeah, dude, I think we're.
No, you asked me before the show, was I drinking? No, I am not drinking. I haven't done anything.
No, it's just I think we're off today because we're coming from things in two different spectrums. See, I'm in the oh god, I worked all day, I'm relieved, it's my weekend mode. Well, you're in I sat around and masturbated and watched Cops all day.
That's pretty much what I did.
Yeah.
And well, I just want to throw this out real quick. I went for my follow-up sleep study. And they put the mask on me. And I got to tell you, fuck, dude, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass because, I drool in my sleep. So at one point, dude, I woke up and I was all, like the mask was all sweaty and there was drool inside the fucking, on the side of the mask and shit, for me drooling.
Yeah.
And I had to, like, call her in. I said, hey, can you, like, because some of the wires and hoses and shit were getting tangled up, too. And I was kind of getting choked and I was sweating. And I'm like, could you untangle me and, like, wipe the drool off my face?
Oh, man, you are the epitome of the independent blind man.
Oh, I know. Shit.
Can you untangle me and wipe the drool off my face?
My mask.
Thank you.
and that was funny, too, because the woman at one point was so surprised that I worked. I had a different technician this time. I didn't like her as much as the previous one. But anyway, I said that to say all this. So the mask is a little bit of a pain in the ass, but fuck, dude. When I got this, like when I woke up this morning, I was a little bit groggy at first waking up, but once I got going, I was totally with it, and I didn't feel like I'd been running all night in my sleep like I have in the past. And dude, all day I've just felt great. and one funny thing too, you start to hypochondricize when your body's doing the stuff it's supposed to.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean? Okay, explain yourself. Actually, what do you mean?
Well, in other words, I'm like, oh, damn. I wonder why I'm, like feeling. Maybe my heart's racing or something. Maybe that's why I'm so full of energy. You think I hope I'm not fucking. My heart's not. I'm not gonna have a heart attack or something. And really, it's just my body going, hey, this is what's supposed to be happening, fucker. It's been so long since I felt it. It's like, damn.
You mean like your heart like racing? Like you mean like just feeling good or?
Yeah, well, like I felt like really like almost like wired. But
yeah,
I felt, but good wired. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like even this morning, when the driver was driving me home. Normally in the mornings, I don't want to talk to the drivers or any of that shit. And this morning, dude, I was having a full-on conversation with this driver, and just feeling good, and came home and was totally
wow, that's interesting. Nice, so you're like, so basically you just feel energized and you do sound kind of amped, man. You actually do. You're like, hey, dude.
Well, that's it. And I actually can't wait to get my mask, dude. I'm like, damn, I wish they hurry up. And it's supposed to be another 2 weeks, I think, before they send it to me. But once I get it, I'm like, wow, man, this is, and this shit must have been going on for a long time, man, now that I'm thinking back. Mm-hmm. I mean, we might say as far back as college yet, because that's when I was first told that I snore.
Well, it's not the snoring. A lot of people snore.
Right, but that could have been the beginning, because that's when I started to gain weight, when I started snoring, and
you just eat a shit ton, man, and you don't really exercise.
Well, they were telling me too, part of the reason is, my body is too tired to digest food. So that's why I hold a lot of fucking weight. So she was like, yeah, once you do start using this mask regularly, you probably will lose a little bit of weight because your body actually will start digesting food like it's supposed to.
Yeah, and when considering how much you fucking eat, that's probably your body's probably going, oh fuck, every time you eat.
Well, there you go, exactly. I mean, it's not like I just snack and eat little shit here and there. I eat big ass fucking meals.
Yeah. So and you eat like 3 of them a day.
But yeah, dude, I've been like all day. Like I didn't even really feel like napping. Well, actually, there was one point where I was watching Cops, kind of laying on the couch, and I kind of dozed for maybe about 5-10 minutes or something. But
yeah, but it was probably one of those like, because you were so relaxed and you felt good. It wasn't like, I'm tired, I just want to lay down and go to sleep.
No. I didn't feel that need to like, let me just.
And sometimes it just feels good to fucking lay down, just like like even if you're not too tired, just lay back and sometimes you doze a little bit because you just get so relaxed that you might doze, not because you're super exhausted. And think about it, man. It's also why a lot of times at night, the more and more you started literally falling asleep when you were hanging out more often.
Oh yeah. No, there'd be times where like a lot of people fuck with me about that.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
And now maybe you won't do that anymore. So you're like waiting now. It's like 2 weeks. Oh, I can't wait because you're wondering. You're probably worried about going back to that like torque each night. Like got to go back to that dreaming, feeling like you're running every night. That's a weird feeling. So it felt like you were like your dream. Is that all your dreams were? Like you felt like you were running?
Well, no, just dreams felt very, like anxious. Like come on, like I'm like very desperate almost.
Wow,
you know what I'm saying?
For like years and years.
Well, not maybe years and years, but maybe at least recently I've noticed it where my dreams just seem very, like, kind of like, come on, let's get, like,
more stressed out.
Like it's like sitting in a hot car and you're waiting for somebody to open the door so you can get the fuck out. And you're like, come on, open this door. God damn it, it's fucking hot. Kind of like that.
It's kind of it's fucking scary, is what it is, man.
It is. And then, like I said, I've woken up in the morning and I just feel like, damn. Like after you've worked out, you're kind of winded.
Yeah, dude. That is scary, dude.
So that's how I felt, dude. And that one I can say I felt probably for the last 4 years, probably. I'm like, damn.
Every morning?
A good majority of mornings, yeah.
Wow, that's scary, dude.
Isn't that crazy, dude? And the fact that I let it go like that for so long. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, because now you know the difference, and now you're like, fuck, dude. So you're probably like, why did you even show me? Why didn't you just give me the goddamn thing once it was fitted? Let me have it, because now
I'm gonna want it,
and you're gonna be like, and you're gonna wake up in the morning and go, oh, I feel like shit. Isn't it some, And
like back to this bullshit. I mean, I do have good nights too, man. I mean, there've been a few nights where I've actually felt really good, and I don't feel like I have to sleep. Like I'm tired all day or anything, but. Mm-hmm. Those are fewer and far between than the you know what I'm saying, like the tired days and shit.
Yeah, where you're just like feeling crappy and you don't know why, but now you know why, because you were not getting enough oxygen while you're sleeping.
Yeah, dude, fucking it affects everything, dude. Like your mood.
Yep.
Like even today I had the music channel on and I'm like singing and shit. I'm like, fuck, dude, this is weird. I'm not used to this.
You're not used to feeling really good.
No. And even now, like, as we're talking, I'm just like, you even said dude. I sound amped.
You sound good, though, man. It's like a good amp, dude. So it's funny, though, because it's an attitude thing. It's all about chemicals in your fucking brain. It's the same thing as when we've been talking about drinking a lot. You drink one night, and literally it's like a ripple effect for the next 2 or 3 days, at our age at least. It's like, fuck. Because think about it. You're not only on those nights are you not getting enough oxygen, but you're jacked up, fucking blah,
Oh, and that intensifies it, I'm sure, dude. That makes it even worse.
Exactly, man. So you're all jacked out, man. So yeah, dude. So that's great, dude. That's pretty much the conclusion. So are those wires? Are they all the wires? Are they from the actual? Is it the?
No. All the wires they put on me are for testing and watching purposes.
So this is like a mask. You just strap it on, and is it connected to anything?
Now the only thing though is it has a hose that goes to some machine. Now I don't know if that whole machine is going to come with it or if it's a small. I didn't get to actually see the machine because it was sitting on the nightstand.
Gotcha.
But hopefully it's a pretty easy setup, and I can just plug it in and fucking,
strap it on and because it's just basically all it is an oxygen machine.
Yeah, pretty much.
All it is just making sure you're getting that oxygen straight, it's like shoving it down your fucking throat, like here.
My thing is this though, dude. I hope they show me how to actually use it, because dude, I know sometimes motherfuckers, especially these medical people are horrible when it comes to blindness, dude. That's like I told you, the technician was so surprised that I had a job.
Well, I mean, she should be, man.
She was just like, because dude, I swear to God, she almost dropped her fucking whatever she had.
A job.
She was like, she was like, you work? You have a job? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, well, but that's next to impossible, isn't it? And I'm like, no.
She didn't say that, did she?
Oh, yes, she did. She
Oh,
said,
what?
it's next to impossible, isn't it? And I said, well, no. I said, and I tried to maintain, pause, I wasn't nasty. I just said, no.
She said that was next to impossible, dude?
Yeah, she actually said that, dude. She actually said, well, that's next to impossible.
Sorry,
like,
that just needs this, dude.
I'm gonna save you.
Give it a little SMJ sandwich here.
I'm coming. Don't worry. Here I am, bud. Everything's all good. Gotta save that blind man. Gotta save him from
You have a job?
Gotta save that blind man. Gotta save him from
That's next to impossible.
Dude, that shit, I swear to but that's how medical people, because, and actually, dude, this was a very profound statement from somebody that I wouldn't expect it. G Motors said this one time. He said, because people in the medical field see blindness as an illness, not as a disability.
Yeah, that might be true. They might that actually does make sense, because if they can't fix it, or they can, or if they can't fix it, it's almost like, oh, well,
or most of the blind people they see are older. They're seniors.
Yeah.
So they don't function as well. And, so usually if you see blindness coupled in the clinical setting, then that person's pretty fucked up.
Although that statement, honestly, is actually not really a sided McD. It's almost the anti. It's almost a sided McSatan. Seriously,
Yeah.
the sided McSatan, like, fuck you, like, oh, you got a job?
What?
That's almost impossible. Like, fuck you. Like, what the fuck are you saying?
But what's even shittier is these are the fuckers out there hiring people. Like,
Oh, Lord.
this is the mentality that goes through some of the human resource people's minds. You know what I'm saying?
And it's every week something new happens. Obviously, every week something new happens. But see, the thing is, you've learned. This is what I want to go into about something for me today.
Oh yeah, you got some shit.
Well, I've got a bunch of shit actually, but this is one thing I want to go into. This fucking entitled generation, and I have to go into it again because I have a couple of stories, just like how people are what people are doing. Involving the Brexit thing. You've heard about Brexit, probably not. Britain leaving the European Union.
That I did hear about.
Well, a lot of people, and it's great because they're getting away from the fucking consolidated fucking states. They didn't even have a vote as a fucking nation.
Nigga, so they're a free nation now?
So, yeah, they're basically their population voted to leave the European Union, and all these fucking 20-something millennial fuckface liberal assholes are calling it racism. Because they're against immigration, they're against the amnesty for all the Syrians and all that shit, and so it's racism. Or even though they're not, they're just trying to take over. But you know how these people are. But it brings me to a bunch of fucking shit. Even more how fucked up people are today. But the reason I was going back to what you were talking about with that. Oh shit! I lost my train of thought here. Bring me back.
The SMJ and the mindset of people of it's impossible for you to work.
Yeah, it's impossible for you to work, but it was something. Oh god damn it! Now I'm losing my fucking train of thought.
You might need a sleep mask, man.
I might need a sleep mask. Hell, I need something else actually. I need to stop taking the fucking herb before the show.
You get to put that into your sleep mask,
Put
dude.
that into my sleep mask, and that'll replace the oxygen. I was talking about entitlements and 20-somethings and how every little thing hurts. But I guess my point was about how you have to take that every week. Like, it seems like every week we have a side of Jesus or something like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
No doubt.
But that does not mean you're oppressed, right?
No.
See, you're getting the same shit that all these people that everyone gets. Oh, he called me this. She can't call me. You get it all the time. I get it sometimes, too. I get it sometimes still. Like I get the, why are you smelling the phone? What are you doing? You wear these glasses. I get some crazy ass shit too. We all get different crazy ass shit. The difference is that we don't think that it's somehow someone else's fault. Everyone gets it. But people today don't. They don't think they have to deal with that shit. And they all do because everyone does. They think they can dish it out. They think they can do it to certain people, like quote unquote cis white males, if you want to go that way.
Yeah, right.
And it's because of this coddling. I've gotten a couple calls this week, and a lot of my shit's related to work this week because it's all the same stupid shit. Here's my first example. I got a call this week from a lady, and she's like, well, I'm calling for my son. And I'm like, okay. let's talk about this.
Let me guess, he's autistic. Or
No,
something.
no. It's even better. I'm calling for my son. So I'm thinking, okay, all right. So your kid, he bought something, or he got banned for something, or he did something stupid, and now he has to deal with it. I'm calling for my son, and I'm like, okay, he's 20, and he didn't want to deal with this. He was in the mood. He was 20, and you know how 20-year-olds are. They don't understand these kind of things.
Didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah. No. Yeah, he's 20. He didn't want to deal with it, and you know how 20 years old are. They don't understand some of these kind of things, like the billing and stuff. And I'm like,
nigga, that's how you learn.
No. 20.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I used to call up places because, I mean, hey, I didn't know my shit, but that's how I learned things.
Well, not only how you learn, you deal with it. It's your fucking because it was his card, I guess, his shit. She had all his information. So she called for him because she was having, she's only 20. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? He's 20, only 20. It used to be he's only 15, or I thought maybe he was only 12. Okay,
like a young kid. Yeah.
Like he didn't know what he was doing, getting this and buying this, and he didn't understand. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, is he? I wanted to say, is he fucking retarded?
Well, that was my question. That's why I thought he might.
No,
be
I don't think he was because he's in college and he just didn't want to deal with it. I'm like, the fuck.
Huh?
Yeah, because that's how people are.
Dude, well, it's funny. I was talking to Renacy about it too, and he was like, "Man, dude," he was like, "You been to a play area lately?" I'm like, "No, I have no reason to go to one." And he was like, "Dude, they're all like," because we were talking about how it all used to be dirt and sand. Remember, like all the monkey bars and swings and shit. And now, they got rubber on the fucking ground, and all these little matted, things for the kids in case they fall and hurtsify themselves.
Yeah, that's what happens. We're so protective and it's so bad. So that's my first example. So I got that. Then I got some other chick who called today and was saying something similar, like, well, she was calling for her fucking kid again. I'm like, what? And he's like, well, he's just
how old's this kid?
In college, I guess. Same old, or in high school. Like basically, she's like, well, he told me, he said he'd been fucking with the whole thing in our services for the whole time, right?
Okay.
So he didn't know it was online, and I'm like, you fucking dumb bitch, dude. You know he does. You know he fucking does. And he's like, and then he was all stressed out because he overdrafted his account, and it was 2 or 3 charges in a row that he didn't notice on his fucking card. Well, he didn't notice it because he didn't know he was, it's like, fucking, why are you calling for him?
Some companies have a policy that if you're over 18, that people can't talk to your parents or something like that. There is... colleges have that shit. I don't know if you guys do, but
no. Anybody can call in for anybody's shit they want to, as long as they can verify the information.
Okay. So
they can call in. Yeah, it has nothing to do with them being over 18. It's like if you have the information about someone's account, you can call in. But it's like these people call in and they're always their kids don't know, or I'm like, your kids are fucking dumb because of you. You've made them dumb.
They're coddling their kid.
Because you don't let them think, and that's the problem. Our technology is coddling kids too, because they don't. Because coddling means basically not allowing you to think. So these kids are growing up not thinking. So and so they don't. And like we get it, I get it all the time. Like and it's crazy little things that piss me off that really are just a sign of the times. Like this is a side joke here, or side thing here, is that no one knows what the fucking half the people don't even know their phone number, and they don't know what the area code is.
That's ill. Okay, yeah, that's crazy, dude. I mean,
I'm saying you don't know what the fucking area code is. What do you mean by that? Like, because there's no concept of it anymore. Because your number is just your number. It's like, it's called Dave. I put his number in once, and I never fucking had to do it again. So I don't know a fucking number. I don't even know my own fucking number.
See, that's not crazy. Yeah, people don't know their numbers.
They don't know shit. They don't know what. I go, do you have your area code? And they go 73427. I'm like, no, wait, fucking area.
They're giving you a zip code. Is what
yeah, no shit. That's very good, Maxwell. Good job.
Yeah, thank you. You condescending prick.
Okay, so this brings me to another thing, man, and this is pissing me off. So this whole Brexit thing, right? And this is like my final thing about millennials these days and people that are just have they're so fucking selfish, so self-centered, and here's an example of a new term that I've heard that I like. It's like Facebook ghettos or internet ghettos.
Oh, okay.
Internet ghettos are places where you hang out and you just spew all your own bullshit, like Tumblr. Tumblr is an internet ghetto. where people are like, I'm a wolfkin. I'm part wolf. I want you to refer to me as Sher, Burr, and Gur. You don't, dude. You need to look this shit up, dude.
That's a little deep for me, man.
You need to look this shit up, dude. It's not that big. It's not that far off. People are talking about preferred pronouns. Look up preferred pronouns. It's what people prefer to be called, like when they're transgender or whatever. I want you to call me Z and Va, not he or she. Z and Va. And fucked up shit like that, because people are so goddamn narcissistic and self-centered and wrapped in their own goddamn feelings that they think, oh, well, I would never hurt anybody else's feelings, except those, of course, who deserve it, like cis white males, but
because they've oppressed us for centuries.
Of course, yeah, exactly, oppressicated. So here's the thing. Now, this Brexit thing, a lot of people who voted for this were a lot of older people.
Okay.
So there was an infographic going around that showed years affected by this vote. Older people, like 20, over 60, 20 years, because that's how much they have left to live.
Okay.
Young people, 80 years. So basically what they're saying is, oh, you old people voted for this, but we're the ones going to be affected for it for longer because you're going to die.
We got to live through what you did.
What you did, even though most of these older people are doing and thinking about the younger generations when they make the vote to break off from this fucking dying place. Because the unemployment rate for people under 25 in Italy is 50%.
Damn, that's a high fucking number.
No, dude, fucking 8% is high, dude. 8% of a
I know,
population.
that's half the fucking population.
No shit, half the fucking population of people, millennials, their age, 50, and these people want to stay. And these people are the radical ones, but they want to keep in the consolidated government. And so this is how fucked up these kids are. They're so entitled, because they're so wrapped up in the media. But think about the idea that they're
Glad you don't live in Europe, huh?
Well, no, these are Americans. These are everybody. Everybody who's against this thing. This is everyone. All these, because this is the world. There's no real Europe now. Like all the world shit, like Brexit, like the whole.
Who really gives a shit? If they want to break off, that's their business. I don't live in England. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but it affects the world in a lot of ways. But my point is that the people that were responding to this, they're responding with these kind of this like propaganda, like, well, we have 80 years to live, you have 20, and like, yes, that's why they're voting for this, because they know you have longer to live and they want you to succeed, and they see the 50% fucking unemployment rate, and they go, we want to get out of that shithole and be on our own. Yes, we'll take a big hit early because we'll be back on our own and we'll have things to reestablish, but after a while we'll be our own fucking state, our own nation, and we won't have the 50% fucking 50% rate of unemployment that Italy has or other places around the Greece.
I was kind of hoping they were going to do it here. Remember when all the states were talking about seceding?
You would be like, I'm moving.
No, hell no, man. It would be our own state.
Yes, all the states. Oh, yeah, no, every state's their own state. That'd be interesting. That'd be a war. Texas be fighting with fucking
California.
Goddamn faggots in California. Let's go.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like too many is a crowd. I don't know, man. To me, it's all right. I think it's dope. I think it's cool. But these idiots they're getting involved in it. Why? What do they give a shit?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But I do have a prediction of something, and I want to predict as we move along. But that's what I would say. That's my whole thing. Is that's just a culmination of it. Think about how narcissistic that is. To think, oh, well, you're dying sooner, so you should be thinking more about us. So they're demanding that older people think about them.
You guys,
even though older people are,
and that's funny. Like you said, they are thinking.
I know, but the millennials are demanding that they do. Well, and they're even saying older people shouldn't have the right to vote. There's fucking blogs out. Yes. Yeah, fucking.
Wow,
that's how.
Dude, where are these kids? Who teach?
Who teaches? The same people that teach them that white people are oppressors automatically, and that there's white privilege. We are fucked, Max.
These are older people teaching them this shit.
Yes,
too,
because they have the control over them right now and the power right now. Because these kids will believe anything they're spoon fed as long as it doesn't offend. Like you heard about the swimming pool. Well, there's another one. The swimming pool fucking poster.
Okay, yes. Yeah, actually I did. Yeah, I did hear about that.
Fucking one woman called in. One woman wrote a post about this on internet. And of course the internet that's how crazy this shit is now. The internet caught it onto it, and now everybody demands so now the Red Cross apologized. So guess what the Red Cross is doing now? They have hired a diversity advocacy group to monitor all of their signs and posters. Now I wonder what that takes to hire a group.
Yeah, how many people are on this committee?
Yeah, but I wonder what it takes to do that. Let's just follow this thread here. I wonder what it takes to fucking hire a group. What does it take to hire these? What do you need to actually hire something? You need money, right?
Right. Oh, that's the main
So
thing.
what is that money going to instead of going to Red Cross services that help people in disasters and other things?
And what asshole? And when you donate to the Red Cross, think you're paying for this stupid shit.
You're paying for this stupid shit because some woman got offended by a fucking poster, and now it's gone. It's taken down because one woman got offended. We are fucked, man.
Speaking of that, actually, Jerkman was telling me about something where we're on the phone about some kid was online talking about the brownies that his mom made him, and a black kid got offended because brownie apparently is a racial slur.
Of course, that's the world we live in. So the people that are actually don't have privilege are the ones.
I feel like I live in a fucking bubble, dude.
We do, dude. And we live in a bizarro world where having privilege means that you have to apologize all the time.
But
so we have so much privilege that we have to beg and plead and grovel toward other minorities to feel like we're.
But this shit is so crazy way out there. I'm like, huh? This can't be happening.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It is, dude. Because we're falling apart. Technology is fucking just obliterating what society used to be. Now, okay, maybe we're changing. Like, okay, I can give some people saying we're not all falling apart. Things are better in some ways. Yes, they are. In a lot of ways, they're more connected in some ways. But I guess the term isn't necessarily falling apart, but chaos, change. We are changing so fast. Everything's the old norms are dying. So whatever's new is coming up. We have no fucking idea what this is, dude. We are in fucking strange waters over anything in the past. Because every time a civilization has collapsed previously, dude, we haven't had fucking the ability to fucking talk to each other across the fucking world. The whole world is collapsing at once, dude. The whole world is changing, man. I'm serious, though. It's true. Think about it. That's why we know what's going on in Boktongo, and that people in fucking Boktongo going, I got alligator, ate a young child, whatever, in fucking Florida. So everyone knows everything now.
Oh yeah,
it's fucking crazy. So, anyways, I had a prediction. I know one thing you didn't talk about. Going back to basics here, how was your day? I saw your little. I'm sure you wanted to rant about this, about the games that the people play.
Oh, that's coming later.
Oh, okay. So
that sandwich is coming later.
Oh, you got something.
But I have. Speaking of entitlements, yeah,
okay.
I have
okay, cool.
a paratransit rant because it's almost like this shit will build entitlement. You know. But I can tell you all about that. But you're going to make your prediction first, right?
Well,
that's your prediction?
No, my prediction was that you were going to talk about that at some point tonight.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I want to jump into that. All right. So the other night, I had a Toastmaster meeting, and my pickup was supposed to be for 5:45. Where I go to my meeting isn't far from my work, so it's only a couple blocks or so. So I had a 5:45 pickup, and I'm like, all right, cool, man. I'm just chilling. So, and I was kind of pumped because I actually had a speech because I was supposed to speak that night. And I had a speech I wanted to give, and I thought it would be really cool and people would dig it and everything. Well, about 5:30, I get a text that says, my ride will be arriving late at 6:18 p.m. So it's fucking hot. So I'm not going to stand outside just in case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, it told me 6:18. So that's what I'm going to go with. Now, I'll pop my head out maybe a little early, like 6:10 or something.
Okay.
Just to see if by chance they may have shown up early, because that does happen from time to time. So about 6:10, I go out that back door, just pop my head out there to see if I can hear a bus, which I can't. There was no bus there. So then I walk back in, and this guy who works in the building says, "Hey, I thought you would have been gone by now." And I'm like, "No, I'm still here." I said, "I was actually just listening for my paratransit bus." And he goes, "Wait, isn't that the bus for the handicapped?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "They were here." And I was like, "When were they here?" He was like, "About 5:50, 6 o'clock." And I said, "They were out back here, outside this door?" And he's like, "Yeah, right here in the parking lot between the two buildings." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck." So I called, and of course, they're like, "Well, we didn't realize it's going to, I don't know why you got a late notification on this ride, because they were there at 5:55. And I'm like, "Well, great. And what's going to happen now?" So they said, "Well, we'll send another bus, and this bus will take you home." And I'm going, "Okay." So so I said, "How long is this bus going to be?" And the guy checks into it, and he comes back. He says, "About 7:15. I'm like, "Oh, great." So now I'm off the clock, 3 hours already? and I'm still sitting at work with my thumb up my ass.
Oh, lovely.
And so, dude, about 7 o'clock, I get a text that says the 7:15 bus is going to be arriving late at 7:50. So I said, fuck this. So I said, I'm calling a cab. And I called RTC. I told them, cancel the bus. I'm not waiting until 7:50. Sorry, I'm taking a cab, and this is it. So he's like, oh, okay, And then I texted Sandy and said, well, I guess you'll be paying for another cab again. Actually, I said it a little more. I said, well, I guess you'll be paying for another cab, bro.
Well, dude, see, that is getting to a little bit there.
Well, here's the thing, though. That's kind of what I'm working towards. So anyway, he calls me the next day, and he says, oh, man, well, you know what? He goes, I'll see what happened, whatever. I said, well, do you want me to, email you the cab receipt and do what I've always done? And he goes, no, you don't have to do all that. Just text me the amount of the receipt. And I'm like, okay. There's no record of it now. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll text it to you. So I texted him the amount and everything. And then he calls me and says, hey, look, I got to send you some paperwork that you got to fill out. So I'm like, okay, what the fuck? So he goes, yeah, we don't have petty cash anymore. So we have to, you have to do some paperwork. So he sends me this paperwork, and it's a vendor form, dude. Kraken is a vendor with us. Because, we pay him for travel.
Yeah.
So he has to sign up as a vendor. And so, that's like if somebody is going to be paying you over a period of time,
because now you're like, oh, wait. So he's
and it's like, are you making a deal with the devil almost? Like, almost his rationale is, well, we're going to make you a vendor. So if this happens again, we can just pay you right away. And I'm thinking, well, the whole reason for doing this shit is not so it continues to happen and you just pay me back every time.
That's true.
Hopefully you can eradicate the
you're like,
problem.
you think it's going to happen? It's almost like they're just trying to... You know what they're doing, dude?
I know exactly what they're doing.
They're shutting you the fuck up.
Well, yes, exactly. That's it. So TransDev... See, now here's how the hierarchy works. RTC contracts TransDev, who is the company that provides the paratransit bus service. So, basically they have a contract with them, and TransDev figures, fuck it, it's RTC's money. Anytime we fuck up, we'll just, fine, we'll just pay that fucker. That squeaky fucking wheel makes all that goddamn noise.
Yeah, so we're gonna grease that motherfucker with some cash.
Exactly.
So they gave you a vendor form. So now you realize what that motherfucker is actually trying to do.
Right, exactly. That it's just, I'm just going to throw money at
you're like, hey, buddy, yeah, man, we're going to make a difference. And you're like, wait, no, he's not.
Yeah. Yes,
he wants to shut you the fuck up.
Yep.
Pay for your shit so that the service can just be exactly the same because they know that the little amount that you're asking for. So you know what you do? You know what you do, principal motherfucker? You keep getting that Skrilla from these bitches.
Well, here's what I did. I actually took it a step further, and I did call Kenny Rodriguez at RTC, who's the other guy that pulled me aside the one time and was like,
you didn't fall for you were principled on this shit. You went, fuck that. I ain't gonna be bought. I'm gonna go out and get this shit. See, I might have.
Yeah, I want it fixed.
Did
man,
you fill out that form or not?
Well, no, I filled it out, and so they can reimburse me. Fine,
yeah.
But the point is, I want guys like Kenny Rodriguez, who are probably paying these fuckers, to know that, hey, this is what's going on over here. This son of a bitch just keeps wanting to throw money at me.
So you talked to him?
Oh, I spoke to him. Yeah, we had this conversation. I explained, I said, this continues to happen, man, and it shouldn't.
Because it's not about the money. It's about you missing out on things you want to do and need to do.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. What if that had been a medical appointment or a work appointment?
Well, not only that, but you missed out on something you're probably looking forward to doing.
I actually was. And I had to write Jesse from Toastmasters and say, hey, dude, I'm sorry. I'm not going to make it. I mean, he was cool about it, but I felt like shit because, I mean.
And you want to do it, so you have to reschedule again, too, and then you have to worry about it happening next time. And
yeah. Oh, dude, you can't relax. And how many people are they doing this shit to that don't fight back?
Or that don't have the resources that you might have.
Yeah, well, let's see, that was the other thing. I asked the cab driver the other night when I was getting driven home. I said, do you get a lot of these kind of calls? where it's paratransit customers that paratransit fucked them over and left them in a lurch. And she was like, no, actually, we don't. So I'm like, okay, this is shitty then because they're doing this.
Well, you got to remember, you got to remember, a lot of people are they're not doing it to you. I don't think
it's not a direct thing, but it's they doing. Look at how many people they're doing it to. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but I'm just saying a lot of people can't afford those motherfucking cabs.
That's what the cab driver said. $40 is like their rent.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
That's the thing. So they're screwed. They're waiting to that fucking time.
Well, not their rent, but maybe their power.
See, that's the thing, and a lot of them don't have the ability to do it. I'm like, fuck it. I'm busting this. I'm taking the fucking city. I'm not gonna wait here.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing as Master Rawlings pointed out when I bitched about this, the buses suck balls and they don't run on time either.
Yeah, but at least they're more predictable, and you know that if you go down a major street, you're gonna get a bus every 10 minutes usually.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's just, there's so much confusion and sidewalks are torn up.
Oh, I know. I'm saying that I'm saying, but you don't have the opportunity. You have the opportunity because you have some more mobility in terms of financial mobility to be able to do that. See, I would have the mobility. Like, I might have the money too, but I'd be like, fuck, I'm not spending $40. Like, if there wasn't the confusion and there was a straight shot out to get you home, you just walk right the fuck out there, take the bus home, and save fucking $40.
Well, or like back in the days when I used to work really close to home, I could just walk home. That wasn't shit. Remember when I used to do that once in a while?
Yeah, just get to walk the fuck home. But some people can't. Like some people are in chairs and they have issues that they can't do. And it's funny that they're greasing that wheel. So what did he say?
As far as Kenny?
Yeah.
Oh, he's like, well, you're right. And then I explained to him, too, the whole thing about how they have all these drivers out there running around, and then they have other drivers that come to work that they pay not to work, and just sit in the break room and drink coffee and not do anything.
This is your own little private political war, man. You've become a fucking a standout, man. You're like a crusader, dude. Dude, you have a responsibility now.
I guess Maxwell. I am the blind bliper in some ways.
Dude, you have a responsibility now, Maxwell, because you have put and not because of any you put the responsibility on yourself because you've taken up this mantle on your own, man. You are literally the crusader, the paratransit crusader, dude.
Do you want me to tell you what happened?
You are the paladin of paratransits, the paratransit paladin.
Paratransit paladin. Yeah, and then he just left it at you're probably going to be contacted by Dan somebody, and he's also very interested in this, and he's another RTC exec. I guess.
So you're basically fucking throwing Sandy under the bus a little bit there.
Because he's not fixing the situation, dude. Yeah. It's like fix the motherfucking. This isn't about money. I'm not trying to make money. I'm not to speak ill of the dead, but I'm not Richard Montano. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm actually. I want to see this shit work. You know what I'm saying? And I want it to work for others.
Yeah, because at least until you can get your own fucking car, like a drivable car, robot-driven car.
And the experience sucks, dude. When you don't know about your ride and where it is, and it's anxiety-inducing, man. Every time
it is, and people rely on that. And the problem is that they treat it as some kind of, they treat it as like, oh well, these people. They should at least appreciate that we're doing something. But the thing is, if you weren't paying for it, that'd be something. But we are.
Yeah. Well, that's it. You're paying for the service. So I want the kind of service I pay for.
And it's gotten more and more expensive. They don't even offer unlimited passes any longer.
No, it's 46 rides. Then after that, you got to pay $3.
So that's 46 rides. So that means that you get 40. You can go out 46 because we don't expect them to go out more than 46 times a month.
Shit, if you do, something's wrong with you.
Or no,
you have a very active lifestyle.
Maybe you should get a car. No.
Well, get a chauffeur, pal, if you're not happy with it.
Yeah, it's
well, let me tell you what happened real quick. I'll tell you what happened last night.
Oh shit!
Because I had to be picked up from work, and now keep in mind this is all in the same week.
Yeah.
And so theoretically everything could have worked if it would have worked, but I had a 4:49 pickup from work. That would have gotten me home, at a decent time. And then I had a 7:30 pickup from home to take me to my sleep study. Real shinkle dinkle. I get a text about 4:40 or whatever, letting me know that my bus will be arriving late at 5:40. So I'm like, oh shit. Well, the bus didn't get to me until about 6:10.
Wow.
So that's when I texted Sandy. I said, hey, Sandy, I'm a little worried that I'm going to miss my connecting bus and I have a sleep study to go to. So he called me back and I explained the situation and he says, you know what, don't worry about it. And I said, okay, well, I'm probably going to be getting home, real close. And he goes, you know what, we're going to cancel your bus. What time do you want to be picked up? And I said, about 7:40 or so. And he goes, okay. He goes, I'm going to send a road supervisor to come get you. And that's what he did, dude.
Wow.
So it's like, what the fuck? You almost feel like,
Yeah, you're not. Well, he's probably going, God, this motherfucker's bugging the shit out of me. Because it's all about, God. So,
well, you think after a while he'd be like, okay, enough, buddy. But
I guess
but
not.
like I said, it's almost like a deal with the devil.
I wonder it's a sided fucking Satan, man.
Yeah, like you're making a deal with the devil.
Yeah, maybe
and
that's a sided. Oh, wait a second. New term. That doesn't mean sided McSatan doesn't mean like when you're a dick about it. It means when you're like, yeah, why don't you take this ride? Because we love you, blind man. Because if you were sided, I would tell you to fuck off about 4 years ago. Before you even fucking did anything, if you would ask me first, I'm going to send you a check. It's going to be a fucking Czechoslovakian corpse, man, with a fucking dildo up its ass. That's the check you're going to be getting.
So basically, they're dickheads that are appeasing you, basically.
It's almost like, well, he is blind. Well, we might as well fucking. But also like, hey, but you, because the thing is for you, it's sided McSatan because. Oh, do I give in and just take the ride? Oh, I'm gonna call him up again. Oh, my bus was 5 minutes late tonight.
That's it. No! It builds this crazy fucking almost like, and then you warned me about it. You said, be careful. Don't take advantage. Don't get too entitleified. Which I try not to, but they've really been fucking up, dude. And I'm like, well, Jesus Christ, what do you do? So there it is, man. There was the paratrans, which
dude. So it's like enticement, it's like the apple, dude. So sided McSatan is basically like when it's like it's almost like in your ear when you go, I can get out of this easily, couldn't right now. You like the little devil on your shoulder. If you just
come on, all you have to do is tell him you're blind and can't do it.
You can't do it, and you can come on now.
Yeah, so expecting you to just go.
Yeah, because following into the sided McSatan role. So sided McJesus is what other people do to you.
Sided McSatan is what they want me to do to them.
Or sided McSatan is what you do to reinforce their fucking sided McJesus.
Well, or you're right. Like things that they're like, come on, all you got to say is,
all you gotta do is
I'm blind.
Call Sandy, man. All you gotta say is you got the clout. You know you wouldn't do this if you were fucking if you were just if you use that. Come on, man. You got the entitlement. It's been 3 minutes since the bus is played. You fucking.
No, I
know.
This was excessively. Come on, dude. 4:49 and they don't show up till 6:10. That's a fucking.
But the idea though behind it is kind of funny because it's almost like you're tempted to use your eyesight. That's what it is. Because we've always done. All of us have done. So I can't find where I'm going. Well, just to get there quicker. Sometimes we've all done that shit. If you're visually impaired.
But I was really fucking afraid that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna miss my connecting bus.
But no one else could do that. So it's like, I can use this. It's like a power almost. Like, I've got the power.
Oh yeah, but you're right. Yeah, it is. It's a crazy.
Did you guys? Did he stop and get you a burger at a fast food joint too?
No, that he didn't do. But,
like, hey, I haven't eaten.
No, you know what? I went home and because that was my thing. I said, I wanted to go home, get something to eat real quick, and grab my stuff for the sleep study. And he was like, "Oh, it's okay, man. Just take your time." He's like, "I'll have him call you back, and we'll do this." And yeah, dude, he was like, "We'll take care of you."
Wow, man, you were taken care of, and now the problem is gonna be fixed. Nope.
Yeah,
it's the same thing, man. He's just throwing the grease in the wheel, man. Like, all right, we'll just have somebody pick you up because you might actually be able to fucking talk to somebody.
Well, what's bitchish is, like I said, if this would have just been a regular night where all I was going to do was go home, then this wouldn't have been such a bad thing. And I wouldn't have been making such a big deal out of it.
No,
but
it's happening. It seems to happen on nights where you're actually doing something, which is making it a bigger deal than it was, obviously.
You wonder, dude, if that's like, I don't mean to be conspiracy theorist here, dude, but if they're looking at that going, Yeah, well, he's got stuff to do tonight. Let's fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, God.
I don't know about that because I think they're more like their system just sucks. They know it,
Oh, yeah.
and it's easier to fucking just fix you than to fix the system. So
Right.
they can send some road guy out while there's 18 people sitting in the fucking lounge sipping on coffee to shut your ass up instead of having those guys actually work and get you there on time and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's crazy as shit.
So here's the thing about it. You either have to worry about the 18 people sitting in the lounge to schedule them and whatever, or actually use the gas in the vehicles and pay them more, whatever the hell you're doing. They're getting paid anyways, but or send the one dude out to get you to shut your ass up.
Which is so ridiculous. It's like, so really, it's kind of like you were talking last week about melting. You know how everybody wants to milk the profit.
Yeah.
Like for them, it's cheaper because now they only have these certain amount of drivers on the street. I don't know, for some bean counter, I guess that looks better because it looks like, oh, we can't complete all these routes. We need more money. And so, but pains in the ass like me, keep reminding them you need those drivers on the street to cover these routes. And instead of doing that, they're like, well, let's just throw money at this fucking blind asshole that wants to just keep bitching all the time and just, this way it won't, so it's like, oh, let's spend $5 to save $1.
Pretty much true. That's pretty much it right there, dude.
So
that's funny, man.
Anyway,
and yeah. I've got a story here, and this is a media story, man. And so it kind of goes to nothing what we were talking about before. So there's no real
right,
segue.
Just kind of a changing gears, man.
Change the fucking gears. We're not gonna segue into this one. Hey, buddy. By the way, speaking of paratransit, let's talk about gun rights, fucking propaganda, and feminism, and a whole thing, a whole societal shit all rolled into one. All right, here's the story.
Oh, good.
Here's the story.
All right.
That's the story there.
That's my line, goddammit.
Here's the story. Okay, so what's going on is a woman. I'm going to type this in real quick. Oh. See, that sounds good, didn't it? Did you like that?
Hold on up.
All right,
man.
so here's this article. Here's what happened. A abusive mother, I guess, who's had 14 incidents where the cops have come to her home. Okay.
Jesus.
She called a meeting on her husband's birthday. And her husband and her two daughters, I guess they had a meeting. Her 22-year-old daughter was going to get married the next day, and I guess she was going to discipline her. This crazy fucked up bitch, psycho bitch, right?
Okay.
She comes in. They get together, and so she pulls out a gun and she shoots the two daughters. And
at this meeting,
and kills the two daughters. Yeah, of the meeting with like a meeting with her husband and two daughters, and at their house, kills them. The husband runs to try to get help because she's got a gun. And she's got guns on her, and I think you're going to see somewhere. Just take a moment to think about where this is going to go in some ways, but in other ways. So the kids run away. So and then she goes back and grabs another gun and comes out and shoots the daughter, and so the daughters are dead, right?
Okay.
Then a cop kills. Then a cop comes and she's standing there and they're like, put down the gun, and she was pointing at the daughter, and they thought because they didn't know whether she was dead or not.
So they shot her.
So they killed her.
Okay.
And of course, so that's the dead mom. Two dead daughters. Okay. So let's see how this story goes. Let's read some of these headlines, or one of the headlines that
I think I already know where this is going to go. Guns are evil.
Yeah, guns are evil. But think about here's one of the titles from New York Daily News. Let's see here. Well, first of all, her motive on this was because she wanted to make her husband suffer. Because they're about to get a divorce, I guess. So she wanted to make him suffer by killing her daughters.
This bitch is crazy.
Yeah, bitch is crazy. And what they're saying is, well, if she was crazy, first of all, one of the things they say is, why didn't the husband get the guns away from her when he knew she was so crazy after 14 incidents of this?
Probably didn't know she had the guns.
Well, maybe, but maybe it's not his. Why is it his fault that she had the guns in the first place?
Well, that's the man's fault. You let your property get those guns. It's kind of funny, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up in a way. But here's the thing. Here's the one here's the one that bugs me the most about the media articles. And we're gonna get into more about this thing because there's another thing that really bugs the shit out of me about this too. But here's the first one is, of course, one of the media things from New York Daily News. Woman, a gun advocate, kills two daughters. Now
Wait. Okay, hold on. This woman's because she has guns. She's a gun advocate.
No, well, it doesn't matter whether she's a gun advocate. I guess on Facebook she posted a post about being for the Second Amendment. So now think about what they're doing.
They're turn that to use that again. Yeah,
they're associating fucking this woman who has nothing to do with her being a gun advocate. That has nothing to do with this crazy ass crime. But of course, since she's a gun advocate, it means that those gun people, fucking gun people, probably love this shit, right? So that's article titles, and they mention all these articles. She's also noted to be a gun advocate. That has nothing to do with anything involving this case. It's politicizing the whole thing. What does that have to do with anything? Maybe she also liked abortion. Was she an abortion advocate? Because if she was, then if you like abortion, you're gonna shoot your daughters.
Yeah.
There's no correlation otherwise. None.
Well, that's their spin. They want to put that spin.
Yes.
On gun people are all crazy now.
Yeah. So that's another reason to get rid of guns because hey, this woman was a gun advocate. She loved guns. Even though, guess how many of the mass shooting people? Guess which party they registered for more. The Democrats. Yes. There are more registered Democrats mass shooters than there are Republicans. So guess what that means? It means absolutely fucking nothing, of course.
No. That's how they'll turn someone's beliefs around.
Yes.
And later, well, did you see that? It's kind of like, with the Columbine thing. All of a sudden it was blamed on the music the kids listened to.
Yeah. It's always blamed on something. And of course this, there's one, I was reading some comments about this article, and a very, very common theme. The first one was, well, why didn't the husband stop her from shooting her daughters?
Super husband.
Yeah, so why didn't he? If I were there, I would have bum rushed her, and they would have never died, or I would have tried to save them with my life if she was shooting my daughters. Yeah, that's
because it's several guns.
Well, yeah. Well, she went back inside and got a gun, but he was already running toward. I don't know the whole story because I don't really know who we weren't there. But of course, people are like, why didn't he just? She's a woman. Why didn't he just wrestle the gun away from her?
Oh yeah, I love armchair assholes who do nothing.
Yeah, and I would have done that. He's a coward. He's a coward. His fucking kids are dead. He watched his wife kill his children to make him suffer. And you're wondering, and you're going, well, I would have fucking. Maybe he's not a strong guy. Maybe he's not the type who would who's never been in a combat situation before.
Well, who the fuck? I mean, if I were in that situation, I can't say that I would have been going, all right, bitch, give up the fucking guns. Yeah, like I'm
gonna bum rush her because like while she's pointing a gun at the kids, I would have ran at her.
Fuck that! I'm out of there, dude. Especially when you have a gun.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do? Like, well, she's just first of all, she's just a woman, of course, so you can get the gun away from her. Wouldn't be that hard. Because obviously, and obviously she shot the kid before. How would you react? How do you know how anybody would react when your wife, the woman of the mother of your kids, the woman you had the kids with, shoots your fucking daughters in front of you? What are you gonna? Oh, I'm gonna fucking just jump into ninja fucking commando male mode. And so this is what bugs me about these whole people. This is why it's a mutual thing, and why men are just as responsible for the horseshit gender shit we have. That doesn't make any sense. Like there is definitely a difference between men and women. There's no question about it. Right. But this is the kind of shit that makes me want to punch someone because this is the kind of shit that devalues his feelings completely. It doesn't matter that he just watched his fucking daughters die. Didn't get shot by a woman and maybe he's been abused by her. Maybe he did call the cops, and every time he did, and the reason they came back 14 times was because she was the one who was initiating the abuse, and they said, fuck it. She's just
Come on, suck it up, buddy.
Suck it up, buddy, man. Oh, what are you calling again? Come on, you fucking pussy. Oh, your kids are in fear. Oh, yeah. Well, why don't you take control or whatever?
Be the man of the house, pal.
It demeans women because it makes it look like this woman could just be easily.
Talk about forced gender roles. These are the same people that want to talk about that.
It's maddening, but and I saw and it's like, well, it doesn't matter, yeah, I can understand he feels sad, but I would have protected my kids. I'd do anything to save my children.
Kind of man or
armchair fucking bullshit people have no idea what kind of fucking shock that will put someone. I don't know, but I can imagine at least. I can think and stretch my mind and go, yeah, I've never seen anybody shot before, never seen any real violence in front of me like this before, and it's my daughters being shot by their mother, who I used to love and am still married to and was trying to work shit out with, and I loved at one point, and had my children, and she's shooting my fucking children. Now, if it was a male in the other position, oh, she ran, oh, you had to protect yourself.
Yep,
but no,
exactly.
and they would be all over the mom. Oh, she's so. But no, there are people that are literally asking, well, this sounds kind of fishy. This is kind of fishy. Why didn't he do it? Maybe he was complicit, and maybe he wanted them dead or something. Are you fucking kidding me?
Wow. Yeah, well, this is...
That's the world we live in, man.
Yep.
It's the kind of fucking world, and that's the double standard we deal with. Now, I'll say it again. This is not about, like, well, men are oppressed. No, everyone has their own shit. But this is like this how people that because we're always bombarded, man. We are bombed with people about how men are shit, right?
Of course.
So we're seeing that here. So there's two sides to every coin. So just imagine half the population has their own shit. It's all I want people to realize is that this is the biggest and only division in our fucking our species is men and women. I'm sorry, the transgender people, everyone else can say, yeah, the 2% of people. No. There's dimorphic differences. We are fundamentally different in a fundamental way. We are definitely both still human. We're definitely supposed, but we're fundamentally different. So half the population is going to have issues that the other half just ain't going to have.
Yeah.
So why can't we just recognize that the half of the population does have merit and does have issues that need to be addressed, and that is the male half. And it's not all about he for she and gotta stick up for her and dear. If you're an equal of mine, then you're an equal of mine. So be an equal and realize that we have issues too, and help each other. Help the fucking both of us, because we're not doing that now. We are breaking apart. It's fucking crazy, man.
Of course. Yeah.
So that was that one thing about that. That just pissed me off, man, because it just highlighted how fucked up shit is. And just that whole media thing where they're saying that, and then one lady was like, I bet that he was like secretly controlling of the wife, and that she or something.
Oh, so he's the root of it all.
Yeah, so it was probably his fault. He has just as responsible as
because
she was.
She just can't react. She can't act on her own.
Yeah.
So there we go. There's some. It's funny, dude. The shit they use, in the process of trying to be, gender neutral or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah.
Is actually very sexist in the other fucking way.
You know. Exactly. It makes them look sexy because it's self-defeating, because it's all about the victim. It's the victim and the oppressor. Well, the woman, and of course the question's, why would a mother do this? Mothers don't. This is such a rare thing. Actually, it's not. Moms kill their children far more than men.
What about
do.
Susan Smith?
Yeah. What about the woman that Susan Smith, Andrew? Yeah. What about the chick who fucking put accelerant, trapped her kids in their house, lit the fucking thing on fire, and then put accelerant near the entryways so that the fire burned hotter and brighter there, so they couldn't escape. Oh, that doesn't happen that much. Yes, actually, women kill their children more than men. Women kill their children more than men do.
Well, actually, and not without saying too much, I have family in the medical field that have actually had to go to court and testify about mothers that have abused their kids. There was one particular case where the mother was putting the kid in hot bath water and scalding him, and then whipping him because he was limping, obviously. Yeah,
but that doesn't happen. But see, you have to go through that route to get that done. While with dudes, he did it. Oh, well, we must be abusive.
Yeah, or there's some root to why she did.
There's
everybody all of a sudden now
out there,
they want to psychoanalyze. Well, who was the cause of her?
Why did she do that? What did he have? Did she have an abusive husband or maybe a father?
Yeah, it goes back to some man in her life.
Of course, has to go back to some crazy shit. So it's really fucking skewed, and people want to say, I understand. Yes, there's countries in this fucking world where women are treated like shit. That's what I'm.
This ain't one, homie.
And we no, this ain't one. So this ain't one of those. But anyway, that's my big rant on that. So I just had to get that out. Now about bitches.
A vag rant. Yes, I have a vag.
About bitches, because
vag rants. Yes. So, all right, the first one, dude, is this chick that I met at a few. Actually, she goes to a couple of these networking things that I go to for work. Mm-hmm. And the first one where I met her, we started talking, and I'll spare you all the details, but basically we exchanged phone numbers. We seemed to be kind of vibing, whatever. Now, she did tell me that she's still married but separated. So I'm like, okay, I'll take that with, because I'm not looking at this chick as a girlfriend. I'm looking at this chick as somebody just to go have fun with once in a while. You know what I'm saying? So,
But you
so
should-
yeah,
you
she's
should-
supposedly separated from the husband. The husband lives out in Pahrump.
I'm gonna start singing something real quick though. Should've known better.
Hey, no, I didn't fall in love now. No falling in love.
No. You just should have known better. Once you said married but separated, should have
Yeah.
known better.
Yeah, it's that shit. You're right. It's that, where it's
Like that's a screeching halt for me. Like, no, married still. Why aren't you divorced?
Yep.
You're married but separated means still married. There's no difference. You're
Well,
married.
here comes the should have known
I know.
better part.
I know this. I've heard that. I could keep going though because I've heard.
Did you watch it?
Actually, I'm clued in. So keep going.
You're clued in. All right, so the audience may not.
Well, okay, no, I'm clued in from 7 hours ago when you made that video. So I wonder if there's any updates on that.
There's no updates on it, but just to spit it out real quick. Yeah, so
Okay.
now the husband's living with her again all of a sudden, and we decided, what was it? Well, she was talking to me about about coming over swimming because she has a saltwater pool, and
I gotta stop just to laugh at this. Married but separated, yet he's still living with. You ain't separated, bitch.
yeah, you're married is what
No,
you are.
you aren't. You're married. No, married and separated means you live in different places. Married and separated doesn't mean you're married and live together. That means you're fucking married.
Well, and now it's like, now in an indirect way, this guy is part of the fucking equation. That I'm like, hey, this shouldn't even be about him. I should have any dealings with this guy whatsoever.
Yeah,
So-
we're married but separated. When he's done blowing his load on me, he goes and sleeps on the couch.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not like we're not married
Not
and
married.
we don't hold hands.
I fuck him on the
What?
couch and then I go in my room and sleep.
Yeah. Or you know what I do? I go fuck other people in our bed. After the fact. so no, but then so she was talking to me about coming over this weekend sometime to go swimming, and that the husband won't be home and all this other wild shit. And I'm like, okay, well, let me know. And so then yesterday she texts me and says, hey, I think he may have fucked up my day. He wants me to help him paint tomorrow. And I'm like,
Why don't he might have fucked up my day.
Yeah,
He
it's his
wants
fault
me
again.
to go and help him paint. Then
What'd you offer?
don't
bitch?
go and help him paint. You're fucking up your day. He is not fucking up your day. You are doing what he wants you to do, which is fucking up your day. But that's you fucking up your day.
Right.
Wow.
She actually used that term. He fucked up my day, or he's gonna fuck up my day, or
He's
something.
gonna fuck it up by making me go paint a house with him, even though I don't have to go with him because we're married, but we're separated. We're separated.
We're paraded. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I said, well, I'll text you tomorrow and see what's up. And this is where, dude, the good thing is, as you get older, you don't second guess anymore. Like you did when you were 20.
Yeah.
And you go, well, maybe she said that her husband's there today, but maybe tomorrow would be better, because I'm a player. So anyway, I texted her today and I just said, so what's up for today? And then she texted back and she said, oh, well, he gave me this long, stupid thing that made no sense. It was like, well, his son has a new job and we had to take him to his new job. And I don't know if it's just paperwork and I'm not sure how long they'll be here and blah, 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 blah. And so and then at the end of all that dumb shit, she says, so how did you sleep last night? 'Cause she knew I had my sleep study. So I said, I slept all right. So when are you going to know? And, because at this point, what are you doing making small talk? Now I'm like, okay, now you're fucking just being a pain in the ass. So she texted back, oh, cool. So I'm like, bitch, you still didn't answer my question. So that's when I texted back and said, well, I'm assuming today is off, so maybe we'll try for another weekend or something like that. And I didn't hear anything back. So it's like, okay, well, I'm not playing this fucking, but like I was saying in the video that you heard me say, I'd rather be a no pussy getting game recognizing motherfucker than a gameless, aimless fucking dude that chases these stupid bitches around and plays these games.
Playing a game first of all, and then you obviously don't want to deal with someone who says he screwed up my day because I'm going to go paint with him, because that just doesn't. There's no responsibility of her own. Like, I'm going to go paint with him. He screwed up my. What has he got you on a leash or some shit? Is he
He
like?
told me I wouldn't get my fucking treat
What the fuck do you even mean by that? He ruined my day because he wants me to go paint with him. Then don't go fucking paint with him.
Exactly.
You're separated.
You must have offered at some point.
Yeah, fuck that bitch. She's bad news. And of course, if she does call the next week, and you're like, oh, all right, I'll do it.
I don't know now, though,
I hope
man.
not. I hope not. That'd be my red flag. Would have been married but separated. I would have been like, nope, not fucking with it.
Well, and it should have been. But I guess for me, I figured, well, if he's not living with her, maybe, and he's out in Pahrump, but apparently he's just moved back in.
wait. But then you kind of the bargaining took in too, because you were like, well, he does live with her, but he's not going to be there today.
There was that. Like, I figure, well, if they're really not, but yeah, it's stupid. But it's, married women again playing their fucking stupid game, and, whatever.
Exactly. It's fucking ridiculous, man. It's like, Jesus, God.
Well, speaking of game playing bitches.
Okay, you got another one.
And this actually made me feel kind of liberated, dude. So I found, the Eagle.
Oh.
There was like a new experience project, and they had advertised it for a while. It's called similarworlds.com.
Okay. So you joined up to that, right?
And well, here's what happened. My buddy, he found her on there, and he said, "Hey, man, here's her page." So I go to it, and there's no picture. It just says no photo, and there's nothing on. I mean, she made a page. It has her age. It has where she lives, and she's joined a few groups, but she hasn't added any friends. She hasn't replied to any.
Stalking that biatch.
Well, what I did is I said, you know what? I got to give this bitch a piece of my mind. Let me at least do that.
Did you do the double B, dude?
Yes, I did.
Did you burn them bridges down? You fucking burned.
Give me that flamethrower.
You flamethrow, dude. You fucking flamed it, dude.
Well, here's the thing.
You napalmed that shit, didn't you?
But I did it in a nice way. I first of all, I started ripping into her, but then I said, listen, I can either be an asshole and just rip you apart, or I can give you some advice that will hopefully stick with you and you may thank me for in the future. And so I kind of, I was talking about fear and, basically how she's afraid to be who she really is and afraid of who she really is. And that's why she didn't want to talk on the phone and, was playing the duck and dodge game and all. And I said, I see a very scared little girl. That's what I see in you. And,
wow, you just went off, dude. You just kind of ranted and raved.
Well, pretty much. But then I told a story, dude. I told the story of my past.
Oh, shit.
And I told her about how back in the day when I was in kindergarten, and it was my IEP, and Mr. Mackelberg and my parents were in there, and my parents were telling Mr. Mackelberg of all the stuff that I wouldn't do. He doesn't want to go outside by himself. He doesn't want to do this by himself. He doesn't, and all these other things that, that I wouldn't do. So then Mr. Mackelberg turns to me and tells me, there's going to be a time in your life that you're not going to have your teddy bear. You're not going to have your mommy and daddy. So you better start learning how to be an adult, pick your nuts up and be a man, basically. Mm-hmm. So I explained that story, and I said, you know what? I said, I thought he was an asshole at the time when he said that to me. But years later, I realized I wanted to thank him because I saw so many ill-equipped blind people. So in 2011, I got the privilege of speaking at his retirement party, and that's where I thanked him in front of everybody.
Wow.
Touching.
I'm touching something.
So then I said, so hopefully I said, you might think I'm an asshole right now, but hopefully at some point you'll take this and you will thank me for it.
That is the most arrogant, fucking pompous, condescending shit I've ever heard, but she deserves it.
She did. You see what I'm saying? It's like, you want to act like a child? I'm going to treat you like
it's like completely, one of these days, you're going to realize what I'm saying is true, and you're going to call, it's 25 years you're retiring. I'm retiring from here, and Maxwell, who's that? It's me. 25 years ago, you sent me in, and it changed my life. I knew it would, bitch. Now go suck my cock like you always wanted to.
Yeah, because I'm right, bitch.
I'm right. Get on. I'm right. You're not tight.
As they say, it only one person can fly the airplane. There's only one steering wheel. You know what I'm saying? So, and then at the end of it, I said, just think about what I said, okay?
Wow. Just you did?
Yes, I
You
did.
just think about what I said, okay? Wow, you condescending, pretentious prick.
You're goddamn right. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're like, fuck you, bitch. That was a burning bridges, but you poured some honey in there to make it smell better than it normally would.
Exactly.
The burning-
because I figured, and it wasn't to be. I mean, I really didn't do it to be mean, but well, yeah, I kind of did. But okay, I didn't really do it. Like I didn't want it to hurt too bad. I wanted it to hurt, but I wanted it to
hurt
work
bad enough that it hurt worse than it would if you would have been out like fucking just
Yeah, if
non-condescending.
I just came up and blasted her, you stupid fucking fat cunt, fuck you, you bitch, blah, 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 blah,
But you were like, you know what? Let me tell you a little story.
And then of course I had to use some, like no wonder you can't hold a job, and no wonder you live at home at 32 years old.
Wow, you totally did it.
Yeah, but
wow.
I got to tell you, after I did it, because I thought about the backlash, and I was like, oh fuck, it may be possible that she at some point will see that and never want to talk to me again. Blah blah blah.
You're like,
and I'm like, you know what? Who fucking cares?
like, thank God. Like, actually, because then it kind of leaves it closed, I guess.
Well, that's it. You want closure, and sometimes, man.
Sometimes you do, but sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just because
Well, it depends on who the person is.
Yeah, I've had similar situations. Like for me,
Similar worlds.
I could definitely like just say go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
But also,
well,
part of me is like, you know what? If she doesn't give a fuck, then it's just a waste of fucking time. But see, for you, it's cathartic. Like you like to do that kind of shit. You like,
I gave a fuck,
Yeah.
and so for me, I guess I needed a little closure. You know what I'm
you
saying?
were like, oh, I want to, and I gave a fuck too, but I gave too much of a fuck, and I was like, you know what? I just need to step the fuck back, walk away, let it go.
Yeah, but you always got to throw the little grenade before you walk out of the room,
No, you
right?
don't. No, you don't. No.
See, I do.
Because the grenade is almost you're giving up something to yourself, because in a way you still look like well, fuck you. You see, with me it's like I look like now with me there's never a guess. It's never gonna be like she's gonna look at you and go, man, I really wish I could have fucking been cooler. He was actually now she's gonna be like, fuck this guy. He's a cocksucking condescending son of a bitch. And maybe she will like get.
Well, who knows? Who knows how she'll react? You know what I'm saying?
The opposite though is if you don't say anything, then they're forever gonna go. They just walked away. They're not. They just. They did.
Well,
I was being quiet to make a point. I was being quiet to kind of play. Wait, where? Oh, you don't give that. Oh, I fucked up. I used you for a long time for emotional support, and
That takes too long, man.
see, there's no taking too long. See, that's the trick. It takes willpower, though. It's the opposite of what you did. See what you did.
You know what? It
balls.
takes something I don't have, and that's patience, dude.
Yes,
I don't have that. I'll tell you that right now. I don't have patience, and so I had to do something.
Because I am a stubborn fuck when it comes. Some days when I decide I don't want to do something, I am not going to do it because I'm making a point of not doing it for myself. See, you're like, fuck it. I need to get this out of the way, move along from it. So fuck this, I'm just burning that bridge and just fucking burning it down. So I don't.
Yeah, well, something's got to happen. There's got to be action. You know what I'm saying?
There has to be some kind of resolution. There has to be some kind of conclusion.
Yep. Every story has to come to an end somewhere, man.
Well, see, it does still come to an end because obviously for me it has come to an end when I've done that, just walked away. Although the one time I walked away, I actually did the same thing.
I remember you fucking. I
burned one bridge, and I did that one day because that was. See, that's the thing. It all depends on the situation. You're right. In that situation, I said, "Fuck you." Right to your face, and then I never fucking talked to that bitch again.
Don't you think some people need a fuck you?
Well, some people do. Some people do. Like that, she definitely did because in my mind, I thought she took me for granted. So I was just like, you know what? And I know she did actually.
Yeah.
And and I loved hearing her. What I'm gonna tell. Yeah, that was
that was
juicy,
funny,
man. And because that was basically a long time ago. It was like I told off some girls. Long story.
And she said she was going to tell the boyfriend.
Tell the boyfriend and a bunch of shit, and just it was just funny because I want to know your perspective. When I came, just as a little aside, maybe we can talk about this later on because we are running a little late, but. You must have been like, holy shit! You never probably seen me like that before.
It shocked the fuck out of me, honestly, dude. I was like, wow.
Because you heard the whole conversation, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I was right there, dude. You were on that phone in the living room, right there on the counter, and you'd just gotten home because I think you were out there.
Yeah, and I just got home from the airport.
Yeah, and you're like, dude, you know what? And I'm just like, and you're like, dude, I'm gonna fucking tell her off. And then you went for the phone right there, and I was like, oh shit, he's gonna do it right now.
And I just did it, didn't I?
Yepper.
I don't even know what the fuck I said. I said something like, you don't respect me, you don't treat me well, so fuck you, or something like that, I think.
It was something to that effect. You know, basically like, I don't want to talk to you again. Just lose my number. You have no reason to call me. But I thought you did it well, man. You didn't look bad.
No, I mean, I looked just like, hey, I'm just done. I was just like, I'm done. I'm done.
That's it too, dude. Because there's so many dickless, Nicholas ass niggas in the world. You know, most chicks expect that you're just gonna walk away and take the dick and be like,
no. See, I think it depends on the person. I think it depends on the situation too. So yeah, because I've done both, so I know I can do both. So it's now it's your turn. Now Maxwell, it's your turn to learn. So here's my speech to you. Next time, just walk away.
Well, you know what? In this case, I think this needed it. You know.
Yep.
And because this person, I felt this person didn't respect me and wasn't giving me the dignity. You know, wasn't giving me what I deserved. And it's like, you know, I think in my mind, hey, bitch, you know, I'm better than any gig you got going on right now. You know, like I said, you're taking remedial fucking college classes, living at home at 32 years old. Wow, you're going places. When I was 32, I was employed, bitch.
Yeah, but then she could say, well, you fell for it, asshole.
Yeah, it's all right, but I'm getting back up.
You're standing back up.
I gotta say though, man, after all that, I feel like a big fat weight's been lifted off my shoulders, and at this point, I'm kind of like, you know. Mm-hmm. So it's something that had to be done, man. And sometimes shit's gotta be done on your end.
You just gotta be like, I'm done with this. Gotta cut shit off because it's not good for me, and I'm just done with it.
And who knows, you know?
The trick is, and here's the thing: the trick is to cut it off. Because regardless of how you do it, if you either walk away, that's your decision, or if you tell them off, but fucking end that shit for people who are gonna play you. Just either walk the fuck away or burn that bridge.
Yep.
Or burn that bridge and walk away. Well, you're gonna walk away if you burn the bridge anyways, or else you're gonna.
That's what I'm doing. I got a flamethrower behind me, and I'm
never mind. Oh, fuck it. Do we have anything else to talk about tonight?
I think that's it, man.
Yeah, I think so too.
I guess the bottom line is, sometimes, man, you got to do your own shit. Don't expect it to be done for you.
Sometimes. Like you said, man, you're the only pilot on your plane, man. You have more than one. You might have a co-pilot sometimes, but still, you're the one who's in control of your own shit.
That dude reads maps. He doesn't drive the fucker.
Yeah, damn right. So you got to keep going. You got to keep fucking telling your tale, man.
Yeah.
And
climb that mountain, as Steve-O would say.
Climb that mountain. Be the best person you can be. By the way, check that out. Episode 2 is up. Support Cuban Blue Lounge. Because I'm Maxwell Silverhammer. Haha.
And I'm Cruise Control.
And we're double speaking your ass because that's the way the world works. And that's the story there, bitches! Fuck off, motherfuckers. Nothing sacred. Fucking July 1st, 2016. Happy Independence Day to the best fucking country on earth that everyone takes for granted because it's the best place to live in the world.